Hi, today we're going to be looking at the Romantic poet William Blake, and specifically his poem The Garden of Love. This is a poem with a lot of symbolism and deep meaning throughout it, so don't be afraid to reread the poem a few times to try and gain the deeper meaning that Blake is showing us. William Blake was born in London in 1775. In 1784 he married Catherine and taught her to read, write and assist him in his engravings. He was a painter and was actually much more famous for his artwork and his poetry, and he was dedicated to his work, said to be living in a life of imagination rather than reality. He lived most of his life in poverty and died in 1827. Here we see a portrait of William Blake painted during his lifetime and a sketch that he himself drew of his wife, Catherine. Here are 5 examples of Blake's artwork. You can see a combination of a theme to do with nature, humanity and religion. The paintings feature demonic creatures, angels and human souls pondering life's mysteries or heading to their heavenly rest. Blake's poem begins with a very trusting, beautiful scene of a fresh garden where the poet used to play as a child. It seems to indicate a childlike wonder and innocence, whereas the chapel on the garden tends to represent religion. In stanza 2, the chapel is forbidden and blocked, and the poet turns to the garden for solace. The 3rd stanza shows his horror of what the garden has become, as the joyful world he knew as a child has been destroyed. Make sure that you read Blake's poem for next lesson very carefully. Make sure you define any unfamiliar terms and concepts and try and look for the enduring message. Make notes on the poem or in your book and try to look particularly for biblical allusion, which is references to a Bible verse, meter or rhythm, symbolism, rhyme and repetition. Here are 2 questions to assist you with your analysis of the poem. Make sure that you answer these questions carefully and bring those answers along with your analysis to class next lesson for discussion. We'll see you then.